Levirate and sororate are practices that lie within the broader topics of marriage and kinship. Collectively, they are marriage practices that help to establish and maintain social relationships within cultures. Conrad Philip Kotak defines levirate and sororate.
Levirate occurs when a widow marries her deceased husband's brother, or when the widow remarries into her deceased spouse's group.
Sororate is the opposite, where a widowed man marries his deceased spouse's sister or someone affiliated with her group.
The Mari people of eastern Russia, the Congolese of the Republic of Congo, and the Igbo culture of Nigeria are three examples of levirate.
Three examples of cultures that practice sororate are the Djibuti of Papua New Guinea, the Swazi of Swaziland, and the Bhutanese of the Kingdom of Bhutan. These practices are especially useful in uniting and classifying ties within the family through biological and social links.
For example, African cultures such as the Congolese and the Swazi are predominantly levirate, but apply sororitic practice to ensure a healthy and secure upbringing for their extended families.
A particular case study for sororate practice is the Kingdom of Bhutan, which borders China, India, and Bangladesh. A man within the Kingdom of Bhutan can marry more than one woman as long as he asks his first wife for permission. This marriage increases the agricultural labor force and strength among the involved families. One of the primary examples found in Bhutan reside in the Druk Gyalpo, the Dragon King.
Tim Fisher is a friend of the king, though not even he won a royal audience this time round.
This king leads on the front foot. No Swiss bank accounts, no Learjets, lives in a log cabin. He's a very humble man, very modest man, married to 4 sisters, kids by all 4 sisters. Immediately people will think, well, he must be some form of playboy. He's in fact anything but.
And I see him as my king, and if my king has 4 wives who happen to be sisters, it's his choice.
So it's not a matter that his subjects have any debate about?
I mean, why would we? Why would we have a debate on it? We would have a debate if there was riots on the street. We would have a debate if our people were going hungry. We would have a debate if our forests were being exterminated. I mean, we respect our king's choice.
An example of a levirate culture are the Mari people of eastern Russia, who reside in the republics of Tatarstan and Bashkortostan. Thomas Sabayak observed different rites affiliated with the practice. A younger brother had to marry the elder brother's widow, but the elder brother would not have the same rights towards the younger brother's wife if she were to be a widow.
Variants of leviratic and sororitic practice include, but are not excluded to, ghost marriage among the Sudanese and Chinese,
Posthumous marriage in France as a result of the Great World War,
and the group marriage practice of the Oneida Colony of New York State. Bronislaw Malinowski says that marriage and kinship are institutions that dominate most human societies.
Parallels between our society and others differ because the context is always slightly different, resulting in cultural distortions of levirate and sororate that need to be documented.
Alfred Radcliffe Brown reasons that because marriage is so economically, politically, and socially linked that all individuals affected by it want a say in it. They want to be heard.
Audrey Richards says that it is important to investigate particular aspects or adoptions within different societies because it is a different entry into the anthropological world.
It is extremely difficult to bring awareness of leviratic and sororitic practice to others if there is virtually no comprehensive research done on the subjects.
This lack of research also dates the current definitions of levirate and sororate. Like definitions before it, they need to be revised.
Revision should be made to emphasize not just a literal death, but a death of an essential role within the marriage.
Primarily the roles of reproduction and labor, which can be accomplished through other individuals introduced to the marriage alliance. 90% of human societies have arranged their marriages on the basis of arrangement between partners, as opposed to a romantic love marriage as predominant in Western societies.
Therefore, Leverett and Sorowit do not represent a global marriage practice minority. In fact, they are majority practices that are under-researched. These practices are not inconsequential, inconvenient, under-practiced on local or global scales, nor are they illogical.
Inner logic can be found within the Leverett and Sorowit practice if one is inspired to find it.